everybody, this is Joe from Joe Pro Decor, and I want to do a little review on a product that I've been using in recent times. This is aimed at both the trade and the DIYer or the retail market. Now this particular product is for woodwork and it's for interior woodwork, and I've been blown away with this paint, honestly, absolutely blown away. So for any of you that have watched any of my videos on water-based and oil-based woodwork or trim paints, you'll know, and there's one specific video where I kind of tend to lean towards recommending oil. It's a simple fact, is the fact that, you know, a lot of clients that I do work for, they don't want to pay for the extra coat. So if it's a particularly big job, then, you know, that can be quite expensive. It can mean an extra on a whole stairs and landing, say, like on this particular job that I've just done. It can mean at least an extra day's labour on top of the price for that third coat of water-based. So that's why a lot of people go for the oil, because it's cheaper. Now, the drawback to that is it does yellow the oil, but it is a durable finish, and as long as the client can put up with that, then it's not really a big issue. But I have found this product, and it's from the States, and it's by a well-known brand in the States, maybe not so much here, but a lot of tradesmen would have heard this, and it's called Benjamin Moore. Now they do a few different finishes, Benjamin Moore. This particular one is Benjamin Moore Scuff-x, and it actually says it on the tin. It's an ultra spec paint. It is very, very durable. And I'll go over a few of the benefits to this paint. Now, just let me explain. A couple of my clients recently, I've advised them on this paint, or I've recommended this paint, because I've done 2 large all stairs and landing and a lot of woodwork. Now, the woodwork has been yellow dramatically over time because in the whole stairs and landings that I've done, it's been very dark. There's not a lot of natural light getting into these whole stairs and landings. So oil-based paint, solvent paint, does yellow more rapidly when there's no UV rays on the paint itself. So it makes sense to then look at maybe a water-based finish. So I've used many water-based finishes over the years, and some over the shelf, some from smaller independent companies that have come about, which do better products. And all I can say is, you know, the majority of the paints, the water-based paints that I've used in the past, they've been pretty good. They've come a long way in recent years, but you still do, if the woodwork is, you know, yellow dramatically, like on this particular job, you tend to need 3 coats before it's solid. So this is where this Scuff-x comes in. One of the main benefits of this Scuff-x is the fact that 2 coats will cover really yellow old oil gloss. And it is a self-priming paint, so with the general sanding down and cleaning off, it will stick very, very well. So let me show you the paint. Right, so here's the paint itself. Now, unfortunately, the paint at the top is covering where it does say ultra spec. Now, that's a big claim, the fact that it says ultra spec, but believe me, it's true. So, for example, I pay roughly £30 to £40 on 2.5 litres of a fairly good quality, well, very good quality, but in the grand scheme of things, when you compare it to this, I'd say they're probably medium quality products, the others that I've used. So you'll see some of them products on other videos that I've done. So this stuff will self-prime. It won't yellow because it's a water-based product. The opacity on it is better than any of the others that I've tried. and I've tried most. I think there's only one other product which I've not tried yet, and I will be getting round to trying that. I've heard good things about it, but I really don't think it can compete with this. I really don't. I'll be amazed if it does. I mean, this gear's like magic, honestly. So it's self-priming, it's water-based, so there's very, if not any odour at all. It will stay white. The opacity is excellent, so on a lot of water-based paints, you put them on and you think, oh God, that looks good. Look at that, look how white that is on the yellowed woodwork. But then as they dry, they tend to just go more translucent as they dry. So when you go back to it after 4 hours, when it's time to recoat, it doesn't look as good as what you thought it did. But this stuff, there's hardly any difference from when it first goes on. It doesn't go transparent as it dries. It covers really, really well. Probably very close, or if not, as good as a lot of oil-based paints. I know that's a big claim, but it really does. I was surprised. So it's touch dry pretty much in normal standard conditions in a domestic property in 30 minutes, and it's recoatable in 4 hours. I mean, you could probably get away with trying to recoat it in about 3 hours or so, but you're always better off sticking to the 4 hours. But if need be, I think you would get away with it. Now, onto the major benefit of this product. This product is by far the most durable water-based paint that I've used. In fact, I would even say it's more durable than a lot of the oil-based paints that I've used. Seriously. It is very, very durable. So I will be doing a scratch test for you so you can see how durable it is. But if any of you have seen them in the past where you scratch it, I think I've got 1 or 2 on my channel that you can look at. When you scratch with, say, a 50p piece, it leaves like a grey mark where you've scratched it. And when you wipe that grey mark down straight away, you tend not to be able to get the grey mark off. Well, with this stuff, it actually takes the mark away when you wipe it after you've scraped it with a 50p piece, which is amazing. It doesn't even do that with oil. It is an amazing product. So, one other thing is, if I can remember, oh, that's it. So with a lot of water-based paints, you put them on, you've got a very limited time to get it on and lay it off. So you actually lay them off as you're going in small areas, unlike oil, where you've got a lot of time to manipulate it. So you can put it on quickly on, say, like a door with oil. And when you've done the door, you can then lay it all off. You've got enough time to do that. Although the modern oil-based paints don't give you as much time as the old oil-based paints. Right, but with this stuff, with the water-based stuff generally, you don't have any time. It's drying as you're putting it on. So to avoid it going tacky and then you causing a mess and it pulling and leaving really severe brush marks, you have to get it on really quick. Some people add water, but if you add too much water, that's actually defeating the benefit, because by adding too much water, it actually dries quickly, and more quickly. So there's a fine balance between adding a little bit of water to these water-based paints without actually making it dry quicker and harder to lay off in time. So with this stuff, it dries very quickly, as I've mentioned, but for some weird reason, unknown to me, it must be some magic ingredient in the paint. I do not know how they do it, but it gives you enough time to lay off. And this particular one, the eggshell, after laying off, you do visibly see the brush marks slightly, just like you would with any other water-based paint. Let me show you what this does, what others don't do. This is just one example. Now, seriously, I don't know how it does it, but you almost get a spray finish. It just levels off, flattens off so nicely. And you'd think, wow, it dries so quick, how does it do that? But it just manages to do it. I have no idea. It's like, this paint is unbelievable. So I'll show you the stairs that I did. Now, this particular job that I've just completed now, with the scuff-x, the clients, the customers, have actually done all the walls and ceilings themselves. That's nothing to do with me. They've just asked me to do the woodwork only. So, these are the stairs, spindles. Now if I show you, I mean the finish is flawless, and that's by brush. As you can see. I mean, I'm just wowed. I'm amazed by the finish of this product. So that's what you get with this. It's everything you need in a paint. It's got everything that I was waiting for to make me confident when leaving clients' houses that everything's going to be a-okay when I leave, because the durability was always an issue, and the finish was a bit of an issue, but not so much of an issue, because like I say, us professionals can do stuff to improve the finish of water-based paint. But I mean, this is effortless, this stuff. This just goes on without having to think about it too much. And the other thing is, you don't have to add any water. It is as good as it is going to be in the tin. It is ready. So, more about the product and how to get hold of it. Now, this stuff is shipped from the States, and it is a very, very premium product. So you're going to pay more because it's a premium product, and you're going to pay more because it has to be shipped from the States. So unfortunately, this is very expensive. But if you take into consideration everything that I've said, I mean, I am convinced it's well worth the money. It is truly worth the money. I'm not just saying that. And just to let you know, Benjamin Moore are not sponsoring this video. This is all off my own back. And I thought this deservedly should have a video bigging it up, basically, because it is that good. And I'm really happy using it, which is why I'm happy to do a video and tell everybody out there that this stuff is excellent. So, there's only a couple of stores in the UK that I know of. There may be more. And the closest one to me is in Cheshire, and it's in Wilmslow in Cheshire, and it is a Benjamin Moore shop. I think it's a company called Shaw Paints that actually have some kind of deal where I don't think anybody, maybe, I don't know, I'm just guessing here, but at the moment they might have exclusivity and nobody else can sell this product at the moment in the UK, which is probably another reason why you're going to pay top money for this product. But I'm not 100% on that, I'm just guessing there. So I think the other one may be in London. Well, I know for a fact it's in London. I don't know where, probably central London-ish. So I'll give you an example to how much I've paid for this product. Now, you normally get 2.5 litres in, or 5 litres in a trim paint, woodwork paint, in the UK. Now, I pay between £30 and £40, like I said, for a decent enough quality woodwork paint, water-based. And that works out, so for example, if you pay £30, I think it works out about £12 per litre. If you pay £40, it works out at about £16 per litre. This stuff cost £85, including the delivery of the item, but that is the first time you buy it. They have a scheme at the shop where you buy it, and you get to a certain point and buy so much. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry about the loo in the background. So you pay £85 including delivery. So you have 2 tins, 3 tins, 4 tins. Obviously, then the price works out slightly cheaper because of the there's no difference in delivery charge. So I got 2 tins and it worked out at £85 per tin for this particular job. Now that works out at about £23.5 per litre. So if you compare that to the cheaper gear that I can sometimes use, there's a £10 per litre difference. And if you compare it to the more premium products, still nowhere near as good as this, then you're looking at about £6.5 per litre difference. So when you look at it like that, it is well worth the money. This tin has 3.76 litres, I think it is, and it's basically it's a gallon. Because the American paints do them in gallons, they don't do them in litres as such. So it's actually a bigger amount of paint in these tins than what you get in the 2.5 over here. So you're getting a lot more. That's why the cost seems so expensive, because you're actually getting just under 4 litres of paint instead of 2.5 litres of paint. But like I say, the difference per litre is only £6.5 compared to a so-called good quality paint. And it's compared to this, it's not. It doesn't even touch it. So there you have it, really. If you've got any questions, anybody, please fire away. Oh, just one more thing. I'll give you an example. The last couple of customers that have decided to go with this scuff-x have gone for it for this simple fact. They've got very yellowed woodwork. Would have needed 3 coats. It would have needed an adhesion primer over the old oil. Then it would have needed 2 finish coats on top. I mentioned it earlier about, how much extra it can cost doing the 3rd coat. They in fact saved money by buying this paint instead of paying the extra day and a half's labour. Now I'm talking 11 doors, frames, skirting boards, spindles, handrail, window boards, etc, etc. You're looking at about 9-10 hours labour cost if they wanted an extra coat, because that's how long it takes to do each coat by brush and roller. So when you take that in consideration, they've actually saved money. You will get people that will probably say, oh, you'll just get away with 2. I've done it myself in the past, trying to save the customer money. But it's not. You walk away and you think, needed 3 coats, really, to be fully solid. And, it's one of them things where the customer says, oh, well, I'm happy, it looks great, but we're the professionals and we know a good finish when we see it, and we know when it looks like it could do with another coat. So it's all about getting that best quality finish, and this stuff can do that in 2, whereas the others will struggle to get it done in 2, even though it might just be passable. So that's just something to think about, everybody. So I hope this video helps. It's a massive thumbs up for Benjamin Moore scuff-x. It is a fantastic product. I'm going to be trying to pass this on to my customers and get more of my customers and my clients to use this, because they won't be disappointed, and the customers that have had this applied are very, very impressed with the product. So there you go. I'll speak to you soon, everybody, and I'll take care. Please like the video if this has been useful, and please subscribe if you've not already subscribed. I'll be doing many more videos in the near future. So I'll see you soon, everybody. Take care. Bye.